Let's talk.
What's good, y'all? Welcome
Hey.
back. It's episode 31.
Let's do
Y'all
it,
made
man.
it. We're going to get right into it. But now that you're here, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. But we're going to head in first with our story submission. This one is really good.
I'm ready.
Bear with me. All right. It said story submission. Should I say something about a situation that happened 5 years ago? When I was 16, I got my first job at a local restaurant. One of our regulars was a sheriff for the next town over. He came in frequently, and I never had an issue with him initially. One day, I got a random ad on Snapchat. No profile picture, no name I recognized. I added it back without thinking much of it, just being a dumb 16-year-old. I didn't realize it was him at first, but then the messages started. He was saying things and asking for things that no grown man should ever be asking to a 16-year-old. Things I shouldn't have even been exposed to at that age. I'm not going to go into any details, but you get the point. And he knew I was 16.
Yeah.
At first, I didn't respond. I would just leave him on read and try to ignore it because I really didn't know what to do. Like I said, I was 16 and dumb for even keeping him on my phone in the first place. Eventually, I blocked him, but that didn't stop it. He made another account, and then another, and then another. It became a cycle where I would block him, and he would come back with a different username. And the worst part was, I still had to see him in person.
Oh, God.
He started coming into the restaurant more often, and somehow it was always when I was working. The way our parking lot was set up, you could see all the employees' car from the road, and he knew what I drove. So he knew when I was there.
Right.
He would come in and talk to me normally, like he wasn't just texting vile things to me the night prior. And our uniform didn't help. We wore jean shorts and tank tops, which made me feel so uncomfortable.
Right.
Then I found out something that made everything worse. He lived in my neighborhood. So now this wasn't just someone from work. It was someone who knew where I lived, what I drove, where I worked, and when I'd be there. And on top of all of that, he had a wife and kids, a young daughter and a young son. That part still makes me sick to my stomach. This went on for almost 2 years until the restaurant eventually closed.
Oh, my goodness.
He would text me in the middle of the night and say, I heard you're driving home last night. Your music was really loud. Just weird and creepy things. I never told anybody because, he was a cop.
Right.
So I guess I felt like I would get in trouble somehow, even though that makes no sense. But again, I was 16 at the time. I was just a kid who didn't know how to handle it. Now I'm 21, and I see it completely differently. If that happened to me now, I would shut it down immediately, block him, report him, and tell someone. But back then, I didn't have that mindset yet, and I still think about it sometimes, about how wrong it was and how easily it could have escalated into something worse. He was over twice my age and had a wife and kids at home while saying this disgusting, creepy, vile things to me and borderline stalking. So she asked, is it too late to say anything or do anything about this? This was almost 5 years ago, and I don't even know if he's still a cop, but I realize now more than ever how disgusting and wrong it was. My intent is not for somebody's family to be broken up or for someone to lose their job. But at the end of the day, I feel like it didn't just stop with me. People like that are going to be like that until the day they die. Should I do something about this, or is it too late?
Well, first, thank you so much for writing in, for trusting us with this, because my guess is that you haven't told very many people that this happened. You are not in the wrong. You weren't in the wrong then. You aren't in the wrong now. And if you feel like you need to tell somebody about this, you should.
You should.
My opinion is he 100% is doing this to other young girls.
Absolutely.
He has a proclivity, and you were just one of the girls. I don't know if you were the first or what, but you were one of the girls that he is harassing.
Yeah.
Relentlessly.
Yeah.
And because he can hide behind this badge, he is free reign in his little town to do whatever he wants to do.
Exactly.
And that's unacceptable.
No.
It's not your responsibility to protect his marriage, his family, his job, none of that. It's his responsibility to, and he's already broken it. So you have no fault in this.
None.
So if you want to go straight to the sheriff's office
You
and
do
say
that.
something, if you want to go to your parents, if you want to go to an advocate, do that, because you are not in the wrong for doing any of that.
Exactly. And no, I don't think it's too late. I don't think crimes have a expiration date. If it was committed and if you did something wrong, I can still come after you. It doesn't matter how long ago. And the fact
thing
that you
is,
felt,
they have those statute of limitations for certain things. I don't know what stalking is, because that sounds like stalking. but there are certain statutes of limitation. But the thing that I would believe is like, let's tear down his credibility. You know what I mean? It might not be a criminal charge, but it could very well be civilly, where he's no longer trusted in the community as this person that he's presenting himself to be.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And his wife and his kids, if they even know what's going on, feel like they maybe deserve to know some other things. Maybe you're not the only person even at that restaurant that was having that same experience. Right. If you're working with other girls your age, they might have been having the same situation. You guys were together and you didn't realize it. Or there's so many things that could improve with coming out with your story. Yeah. And thank you again for submitting it to us. But girl.
Yes.
No, it's not too late. And what you went through is wrong. And you shouldn't have gone through that, and I'm sorry. But
and it's not your fault.
It's not.
You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Am I overreacting? My husband said I was luggage with tits.
Oh, this is rage bait. I can feel it.
Okay, let's go. There's a lot of context here, but this is the short version. My husband, male 28, and I, female 28, got married at 20. I had just graduated and he was finishing school. We both worked in retail for a while. He was moving up the sales ladder to where he is now, and I was just working to make money because my degree is in English and I wasn't finding a higher paying job. A few weeks before we had our oldest in June of 22, I left my job to be a stay-at-home mom because daycare is expensive and my job was going nowhere anyways. We were renting an apartment at the time. Fast forward to September 22. And we find out that we are pregnant with twins due July 23.
Ooh.
Huge surprise because I have PCOS, and it took years to get pregnant with our first. We had to move out of our apartment and buy a house. We had to trade in our car for a minivan, leaving us with my first car as our family car. We are living paycheck to paycheck, still trying to recover from all of that.
Lord.
My first car was hit twice by my sister in our driveway when we were teenagers.
Kidding.
I was a kid and didn't make her pay to fix it then because the damage was mostly cosmetic. But now the bumper is falling off the car, which my husband drives to work. Today he took it to a body shop where they estimate all the repairs will cost $6,000.
Excuse me?
Then I get a phone call from him basically saying that I don't take accountability for my past decisions, which have put us in a bad spot financially because we can't afford the repairs or another monthly car payment. And then he goes on to say that I am just, quote, luggage. I don't care for myself like a trophy wife should, so why should he be expected to provide solely for our family?
Is he joking? He better be joking.
I have a small business and do freelance work to make ends meet. He said that when he married me, I had ambition, and now I'm lazy because I stay at home. I honestly just cried until he eventually left for work, but now I'm thinking about packing up and leaving. Am I overreacting for thinking that this kind of conversation and way of speaking to me may result in the end of our marriage?
Girl, even if it does, seems like it might be the best situation for you because he is a jerk.
I was like, bro, what?
What?
Listen, he said she should be a trophy wife. Trophy wives don't live paycheck to paycheck.
Oh, period.
Okay? Their men take care of them.
Exactly.
All right?
That part. Honestly.
Okay, so you step your game up so you can deserve a trophy wife.
He over here acting like he providing the best life ever. Mind you, she's taking care of the kids. Like, I'm done having this conversation, honestly.
Okay. I brought this back because I have said this before in the past. In 2022, economists estimated that stay-at-home parents should earn $126,725 for the 18 jobs that they do in the house.
Period.
18 jobs. So do not come for stay-at-home parents lazy.
Lazy.
Do you know how easy it is to just go to work and come home to a clean house with dinner cooked?
Yeah.
Stop.
Kids getting to school on time every day. She got her own business. Please. Excuse me?
Yeah, no, we're not going to have these conversations.
Luggage? That's with unique. Tits. That's unique.
What? I don't even understand what that means.
Acting like I think in his mind, he has to carry her around. He has to like make sure that she's doing everything. But it seems like it's the other way around for me.
Yeah, she's carrying his baggage inside.
The moment of silence for that was
for
crazy.
that, because stop.
Not you cooking.
Okay, I just don't like this. I was never even a stay-at-home parent, but that is so offensive to the person who is staying home, letting you go do what it is that you do.
That part.
And because you guys are struggling financially, you're putting it on her.
Right.
When most likely you wanted her to stay home.
Exactly. So if it's just stress or whatever that made him say that, you should never take it out on your partner. It's not fair. You guys are literally in this together.
Literally.
Like, come on. Don't be a jerk.
Well, he was. And I can't wait to talk more about this on our little after party that we have on Patreon, okay? So get the BTS. We will continue this conversation later.
Period. All right, so we went through and we found a bunch of articles, of course, and I wanted to talk about this woman who had given birth to 69 children.
Let's stop there. What now?
69 children over 27 pregnancies.
40 years.
That is insane.
No.
She was pregnant through her 20s, 30s, and her 40s. Excuse me? But this woman, if we can go to my screen, please. Let me see if I can pronounce her last name right. Valentina Vassilieva, I believe.
Sure.
So she was reportedly in history one of the most fertile women in history. There's not really much on her, not really, but she was born in like the 18th century back in Russia. And I mean,
she was a peasant. Her husband was a peasant.
Yeah.
That was like a way they would classify people.
Yeah.
So they didn't have money.
They didn't have money, but there was not a lot of documentation off of this. So a lot of it was just like word to mouth. A lot of it was like, I don't know, like there was a rumor that this woman had yada, yada, yada. But like, so a lot of people don't believe it and a lot of people do. But apparently she had twins, triplets, and quadruplets. And literally the article that I read about her literally called her a womb with an assembly line.
Yes. I mean, because it was just in and out. Because look, okay,
like
so
it was constant.
I'm getting itchy just thinking about
constant.
this. Okay.
She said, the second she had a kid, she was pregnant again. And it was like, go.
They couldn't have been the people who afforded like a wet nurse. So she's nursing these babies as soon as they come out. That's like a natural birth control. I mean, it's not 100% effective, but you know, so it kind of suppresses things. So I have no idea how she was just like, boom, boom, boom. Get off her.
Literally, leave her alone. Get off my girl Valentina. She don't need any more. I swear.
Did you read how after her husband outlived her and then he got married again and had 18 more children?
So people are wondering who was the medical mystery, him or her?
Both of them together. They were just this bomb, this atom bomb.
Insane. We don't know if she like enjoyed being pregnant. We don't know anything. There's literally not much on her. I think one of the main records of her was from a monastery in Russia. And they basically just like, you know, kept track of all of her pregnancies. And they were like, I think that she had 27 pregnancies, 16 sets of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets. And they're like, oh my God, this is crazy. Did you hear about her? That's it. That's all we know.
Gossip.
That's all we know. Just gossip, word of mouth. And so people not really sure if they wanted to believe it or not. And there's not much documented on her. But girl.
What do you think? Do you think that's possible?
That was another thing too. So let's talk about just the fact that childbirth is like crazy, and even having one kid is insane,
dangerous.
And for her to be constantly pregnant and constantly having kids is insane. And she was able to like live through that normally and without no complications.
Nothing.
I don't mean to be negative, but the possibility and the probability of that is very low.
Yes, I agree with that.
In addition, there's not much record on her kids. Like no one can find her kids. 69 of them, you can't find them.
We don't have one legacy. We ain't got one like invented something.
Yeah, no one did anything special.
Something. That's a lot of people.
If I'm gonna have 69 of you, at least one of you is gonna do something.
Okay.
You feel me?
I need something. I need a house. Okay, 69 of you.
Nothing? Please.
Gave up my body to be an assembly line of human beings. I need something.
You couldn't pay me enough. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. You couldn't pay me enough. Valentina was a G though.
Okay, she was a saint.
A saint. But literally, you see a bunch of pictures about her, like the idea of her kind of like she was this, I don't know, entity that people heard of. And they're like, if you wanted to be fertile, she was the woman to look to. And it was just like pictures and drawings and stuff, but literally not much on her. But there were like a couple of people who also over time in history had a lot of kids as well. There was this woman, Barbara Stratzman, in the 15th century. She apparently had 50 babies.
This is crazy to me.
What? 50? Why are we doing this?
Well, no birth control.
None.
No autonomy, no bodily autonomy. And also, it's just like, what do you do? If you are pregnant, there is no other option.
There's no, you just got to have this kid, which is in.
Talk about the, yeah, sorry. I was like, what, making frowny faces?
No, but there was another woman too in Africa.
Yes, talk about her. Let's
talk about her. So Miriam, I want to see if I can pronounce her name right. Nabazatini, Babir? Okay. So Miriam Nazatini Babir, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She was born in 1980, and she holds the record in Africa for the most children. She had 44 kids, but she had 44 kids after being married off to a man who was 28 years older than her when she was 12.
Yes.
She had her first kid when she was 13.
Yep. And guess who ended up leaving her with 44 children?
The man. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, she had to work to support 44 children.
That is unbelievable. If you want to see her face, this is her.
Look at that.
Her story should be a little louder, honestly, because that's insane.
Yes.
Having kids at 13, pretty much not even stopping.
No, it was back to back to back.
That's insane.
Another saint.
Yeah, bless her, but
No.
Again, you couldn't pay me enough. I don't think so. I don't even like kids like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. And
she says that, but kids be following her around.
I know. Get away from me. Get away from me. But literally, honestly, all of those women are saints. All the women who were never documented, they're saints because... That's insane for you to be like, my only purpose is to have kids, and you're like the sole person keeping the planet's population alive. Like, what?
It's like, thank God for you. We are all descendants of you.
Because of you. That's insane.
Having all the babies.
That's insane. Thank you.
Man. All right. I have a very serious question for you. Okay?
Yes.
Would $66,000 a year be enough for you to be a man's breeder?
No.
If you don't mind going to my screen, this is Sir Benjamin Slade. He's 79 years old, a British baronet. And I had to look this up. A baronet is below a baron, but above a knight.
Oh.
So he's sandwiched right there. Okay.
He's like the spare.
Yeah. So he has a multi-million-dollar fortune, a 1,300-acre estate, and a 9-month supply of frozen sperm. Now, all he needs is, quote, a good breeder.
Oh, so this is giving that movie with the syringe.
I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that movie at all.
What is it? Don't breathe?
Don't breathe.
Okay, so spoiler. Spoiler. Skip ahead like maybe 30 seconds. But at the end of that movie, the blind guy had a syringe with his sperm, and he was just like right into the chick. So this is what it's giving. He froze his sperm too.
Yeah, a 9-month supply, just in case it doesn't work. It's giving Handmaid's Tale. But anyway, let's move on. All right. So he's very serious about this. He's been working on this for decades. Okay. So he has Tinder accounts. And when I look at this picture, I feel like this is his Tinder profile.
Absolutely it is.
He's got dogs. He's got guns.
He said, I'm going to kill him with this one. I'm going to kill him with this.
Oh my God. He taken out newspaper ads. He even starred in a TV series. Okay.
Which one?
So I looked it up. It's called Millionaires Looking for Love. You can find it on YouTube. He was looking for a young woman, decades younger than her on this episode.
Oh my God.
Ugh. So he needs a wife so he can produce an heir and then a spare.
All right.
Okay? But there are requirements. Don't get too excited, ladies. Okay. No Scorpios. Period.
Why?
He don't want Scorpios.
Why?
And that was number 1 on the list. Okay? If you was born in late October, November, screw off. He don't want you. Okay? No Guardian news outlet readers. So I don't read The Guardian, but it's a liberal outlet. I looked it up.
Yes, it is.
He don't want no liberals. Okay?
Oh, God.
All right. People from countries beginning with the letter I.
What? Why? That's so specific.
Or
is there a reason?
With green in their flag. He said need not apply.
I don't understand. Why the specifics?
Somebody let us know what that is. Like, why? Okay. He needs you to have a helicopter license.
Why?
And legal expertise because it will be useful.
For what?
Helicopter rides. I don't know. When he's getting older, maybe he needs to do his estate. And he requires that you be 3 to 4 decades younger than him.
What? Oh my God, bro.
Oh so my God. So you can get that air and that spare.
Oh my God, bro.
Okay. But he said it's okay if a daughter is birthed somewhere in between, just not first, right? But he already has a daughter with an American poet named Sahara Sunday Spain, but has no contact with her.
You're kidding.
Nope.
Because she's not a boy.
She's not an heir or a spare for him.
You're kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh.
And last, because he's having trouble with liquidity right now, he would prefer if she had a, quote, little private capital and income, but a large fortune would be more helpful.
Wait, excuse me. Excuse me. Why are you trying to have me meet you halfway? You're supposed to be providing the money. I'm providing the babies.
Multi-million-dollar estate, and I need to have a job?
And he said, bring it.
My job is my womb, sweetie.
That part.
Okay? I'm not a Scorpio.
Why do you want me? What do you have against Scorpios? Why no countries with eyes in them?
And green in their flag.
I'm lost.
So in return, he gets, quote, if you want a new car, you get a new car, not some old banger. He was quoted as saying that.
It's the old banger.
An annual salary of 50,000 British pounds, which is $66,000.
Cheap.
Housing and meals.
The bare minimum.
Take it or leave it. Okay?
Are the meals like what, beans and toast? And then no, I don't want
Bangers
it.
And hash.
I think I'm good, bro. And for $66,000, I'm sorry, but I can make more at McDonald's.
But he's cracking me up. It's like annual salary, so this is my job?
Ugh, I honestly pass.
Yeah,
if
sorry.
I saw this on Indeed,
Are
I
you sure?
apply.
Hold on. Look at that. We got property. Okay.
Stop
He's
it.
standing in front of the property.
He hired people.
Yeah. We got dead animals on the wall there.
Oh, yeah. My God.
He's smiley.
He's so proud of it, too.
With his low angle up.
Oh, yeah. We love a low and a up. Yeah. He thought he ate with that.
He really did. So if you're interested, I'm sure you can find him on Tinder.
Bruh. Bruh. I'm going to be so upset if he actually got uppercase. This is crazy.
And I would like a finder's fee if anybody...
that part. That part.
I'll take one of your dogs. They look miserable.
That's wild. Great find.
Thank you.
All right. I have a Reddit relationship advice. I genuinely think my husband is a psychopath.
Oh, well then.
This one's a little long. Bear with me.
Okay.
I'm 35 female and my husband is 36 male. We've been married for 10 years and have 2 boys, 7 and 5. I honestly don't know what to think anymore. About 3 months ago, my husband started sending me really nasty messages while he was at work. At first, it was just mean comments. Stuff like telling me I'm lazy, that I'm a terrible mother, and that he regrets marrying me. It was completely out of nowhere. The weird part is that when he would come home from work, he'd act completely normal, like nothing had happened. He'd kiss me, ask what's for dinner, and play with the kids.
No.
The first time it happened, I thought maybe he was having a bad day at work, but the messages kept coming. Sometimes he'd send them during the day, sometimes late at night if he was working overtime. They got worse too, saying things like I'm useless, that I'm lucky he hasn't left me yet, and no one else would want me. The first few times I confronted him, he acted confused, like genuinely confused. He would say things like, what messages? Or you must be misunderstanding something. I literally showed him the text on my phone and he just stared at them and said he didn't send them, claiming he lost his phone, which he did. But he had a new one and was still texting and calling from that number.
Okay.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but he didn't look guilty. He looked confused, almost scared. I thought maybe he was gaslighting me, but it was such a weird way to do it because he never got angry in person. Finally, about a month ago, I snapped. I showed him a bunch of the messages at once and told him I couldn't keep living like this. I told him if he hated me so much, he should just say it to my face. He kept insisting that he didn't send them and said maybe someone was messing with us. At that point, I was done. I packed clothes, grabbed the kids, and went to stay with my parents, who live in the same state. They were amazing and helped me so much. I never felt luckier to have a close family. Since then, the messages have continued with the same number and the same horrible tone. Things like, running to mommy's house just proves my point. You're pathetic.
But you didn't send that.
You'll come crawling back eventually. I sent him screenshots back to the same number, and still, he swore again that he wasn't sending them. He said he lost his phone at work and had to get a replacement, but he still had the same number, and when he would show me his phone, I couldn't see the messages. I just thought he was deleting them, though. He said someone must have found the phone and was messing with me. Last week, though, I let the kids stay with him for a couple of weeks since he's still their dad and they miss him. He's still denying everything. He says he never sent those messages and he thinks someone is using his own phone. Meanwhile, the texts haven't stopped. At this point, I don't even know what to believe anymore. Either he's lying to my face or something really weird is going on. Has anyone ever dealt with something similar? I feel like I'm going insane and I don't know what to believe. I'm genuinely had the most perfect relationship before this, and I don't know what to do. I'm scared I'm breaking my family apart for no reason, but some of the texts have been so horrible. I can't include them here.
I feel like I'm going insane.
Right.
Because, so what he is claiming is that the good text messages in the text thread are from him, but the bad text messages in the same text thread are not from him.
Right. You can see the loading signal on your head.
I don't understand what he's talking about. And I believe her that it's like, what am I supposed to do? It's right here on my phone. It's in this. I can understand if it was like a separate text, like it's in between. Yes. I'm coming home. I'm on my way home. And
I hate you.
Yes.
Okay, I'm here.
I don't, what?
What?
And would that work if you lost your phone and you have that old chip? It wouldn't work, right? If you have a new phone and a new chip, it doesn't matter that the number is the same.
It's the same.
You wouldn't be in the same text. Shut up. Oh, I don't believe you. I'm working through it and I'm just like, you know what?
She said, no, I've come to the conclusion.
Yes, I've come to the conclusion. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. He'd have to prove a little more to me because he could very easily delete the bad text messages before he comes home.
True.
And he's just like, that's why you ran to mommy's. And he's like, I didn't say that. I don't know where that came from. What?
Well, good for you. I have an update.
Oh, God. Watch me be wrong.
Are you ready?
I need to know.
After months of receiving the messages from her husband's phone number, the OP decided that it was coming from his old phone, which is still connected to his WhatsApp account. He had WhatsApp. Initially, her husband denied sending the messages, claiming he lost the phone and suggested someone else was using it. As the messages escalated into threats, the OP went into the police, who tracked the phone to a coworker's house.
Oh.
Someone that the coworker considered a friend. Since then, she found out the coworker had been having an affair with her husband for over a year and had used his old phone to torment her.
What? I am a writer and I didn't come up with that.
Meanwhile, this is like a very rough summary because she wrote a longest thing, so I just summarized it.
Oh, wow.
Her husband said that he didn't realize that was happening, but the wife couldn't believe him. The OP took her kids and moved in with her parents, and at this point, she couldn't trust him, so the marriage was over.
Yeah.
She filed for divorce, and OP is now, quote, prioritizing her children's safety and her own healing. That was her final update. As
she should. That was amazing.
Insane.
Oh, my God.
Insane.
So wait.
Wait. Let's get into it, please.
Let's get into this. So he was having an affair with a coworker.
Yes.
And he broke it off. Mm-hmm. And so the coworker was sending terrible messages to his wife?
Yes. Yes. With the lost phone. He lost it probably while he was over at her place.
At her house. Yeah, it's probably under her bed.
Yeah. And he said, I lost my phone. I don't know where it is. So he got a new one, logged into WhatsApp. And apparently on WhatsApp, you can be logged in to multiple accounts or like one account over multiple devices. Oh. So he's sending them. He won't see that it's sent from his phone because it's not. It's sent to on another phone. Oh, but all the messages are on the same thread.
That's crazy.
Insane. So he genuinely did not know this was happening. He didn't do it.
And I'm sure he was like, what is happening?
What is happening?
But you still cheated.
He still cheated. Let's bring it back to that. This
wouldn't have happened if you hadn't have cheated because you left the phone at your side piece's house. Who you work with, you're so messy.
You're so messy. But her tracking in, she's like, I know this house. Y'all.
That is, oh my God, I'm so glad you had an update.
I know. It was right underneath it. I was a little late, actually. Yeah. This was like a month ago.
Oh my goodness. That's
I know.
A good one.
I know.
Ooh. 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 Okay. Am I the asshole for lying to our babysitter about the reason we let her go?
Okay.
Up until recently, we had a regular babysitter for our 2 kids. I'll call her Maya, a senior at the local high school. She wants to be a teacher in the future, and it showed because she was great with the kids. Our oldest adored her, and our youngest would run over to her without hesitation, which, if you know, when you have a toddler, is basically a 5-star review in itself. However, there was an issue. I hate typing this out because it feels mean, but it was a hygiene one. She had consistently noticeable body odor. She wore some of the same pieces of clothing for multiple consecutive days, which I'm sympathetic to because there might be a financial situation at home. And her nails and her hands didn't seem to be clean. I tried to ignore it at first and second-guessed myself, like maybe we've all just had a long day, I'm being uptight, over-exaggerating, etc. But it got to the point where I'd come home and feel like I needed to wipe everything down after she left. I know it might sound a bit much, but I also have a 2-year-old who likes to put things in her mouth. It started making me anxious every time we left the house. Where my husband and I might be the assholes is that instead of saying anything to Maya directly, because how do you say something like that without crushing a teenager's spirit, we told her we had a tighter budget and couldn't afford regular care anymore. She seemed disappointed but took it well. We paid her for her last time, plus some extra, and thanked her for everything. 3 weeks later, we found our current sitter. I'll call her Lily. There have been no problems with cleanliness. She noticeably tends after herself, washes her hands without being asked, etc. It's easier, and I don't feel on edge in my house. The thing is that Lily and Maya go to the same school and are acquaintances.
Ooh, now y'all being messy for that.
Ooh. At some point, Maya found out Lily was working for us and asked what we're paying her. Of course, we're giving her the same rate we paid Maya, so now Maya thinks we didn't stop using her because of money.
Ooh.
Maya texted me yesterday. She didn't come across as angry, but it had a tone where I could tell she was hurt and kind of indirectly calling us out. She said she wished we'd just been honest instead of making it about money, and that she felt bad to find out there was some deception, even though she didn't know what it was. So now I feel guilty, but also understand why we did what we did. Because I wasn't going to be like, hey, you smell, and it's becoming a problem in our home. That'd be brutal. She's young, and that kind of comment would stick with her. But then again, maybe I took away her chance to fix it. I don't know. Part of me thinks we chose the kinder path, and another part thinks we were cowards. My husband says we handled it fine, and not everything needs to be said out loud, especially something that personal. My mom said lying to avoid uncomfortable convos always backfires, and I should have known that, which is a fair point. Am I the asshole?
No, I don't think you are. I think that maybe it could have been handled better, but I don't think what you did makes you one. No, I think this is a situation in which you were employing her. So certain places of employment, they're saying, hey, I need you to come with your hair tied back, or there's certain requirements, you know what I mean? So yes. I feel like that could have fit into one of the employment requirements. Right. Been had a conversation. It didn't have to be accusatory. You didn't have to come at her, but there could have been a way for you guys to communicate. And even if you still decided to fire her, essentially, she deserved the honesty.
Agreed. So that's what leans me more towards the asshole because of the way they handled it.
Yeah.
If you don't want her in your home anymore, that's one thing. But if this were a regular job, right? Let's say this was a corporate job, you would need to sit down with her and tell her what your expectations are and how she isn't meeting them.
Right.
Right? So if my hands aren't clean enough, if my clothes aren't clean enough, whatever, it's a difficult conversation, but that's something that needs to be said.
Yeah.
So then if she does not do that, you are completely justified in terminating
right.
your contract with her. This isn't. She's just in your home. You have every right to not have someone in your home if you don't want them to. Mm-hmm. But it's rude to give a reason and it's a lie.
Exactly. Which if a big company did that, that would have been illegal.
Yes.
You can't do that. So, but them thinking that this is more of a friendly situation, then I'm employing you to take care of my kids. Mm-hmm. I think that's where it messed up.
100%.
It was a little bit more personal than it should have been. And in that case, hurt her more because it's like.
And she doesn't know what it was.
She has no idea.
So it's me. So now personally, you just didn't like me.
Exactly.
And that's why you let me go.
Right.
And if we're being real, she's working there for clothes. She's wearing the same clothes over and over again. Yes, it was probably a financial situation. We don't know what's going on with her home. You really liked her. If you were, I don't want to be like, if you were a good person, but it's like, if you cared about her, I would think you could have just said something to her, pulled her aside and said, is there something going on? Do you need to use our facilities? Do you need to something like that?
Yeah.
Just
if they really wanted to.
If you really cared. But, if you didn't, it's fine. Go ahead. Now you have a new one who's everything you wished she could be.
Who's friends with the old one. Why would you do that? There's so many kids at that school. Come on.
I know. I know.
God. But I mean, I'm on the fence about saying that they're bad people. Yeah. I think it could have been handled better. But Absolutely. You didn't do the best that you could have done. So we're here now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Good one.
Yeah.
To go back to our story times, I have a crazy story time. This one has to do with Mount Everest. Basically, the Mount Everest tour guides were accused of poisoning their climbers to force fake rescues. If we could go to my screen, it sounds exactly as what I just said.
Yes.
They basically did this fraud scheme for $20 million, insurance fraud scheme, and they were drugging the climbers to trigger basically they put baking powder and uncooked chicken and rat pellets and stuff in the things that they were eating and drinking so that they would show symptoms of, what was it called? Altitude sickness. Mm-hmm. So then they would call an emergency evac from a helicopter. The helicopter would come get them. They would charge them. Mm-hmm. Even if it was multiple people in one helicopter, they would charge them they were separate helicopter trips too. So we're stacking up their money and making people sick and then charging them for the trip back down.
Yes.
That's insane.
Yes, because they'd be like, oh, you feeling a little nauseated? Oh, it's probably altitude sickness. You should head down and we're going to call you an evac.
And of course they're going to say yes because...
I don't know. So I did some research into this because, first of all, I will never, ever climb Mount Everest. Okay.
Not after I watched that movie too.
Everest. It was a very good movie.
So good.
But never. But I had to research because I was like, I feel like people train for a long time for this and they pay a lot of money. And I was correct. You end up training for 12 months at least to climb Mount Everest, and you end up paying between $45,000 and $100,000.
Excuse me?
Yes, because of permits. You got to pay for these guides who were poisoning them, equipment, oxygen, all these things just to be able to get up there. It's a once in a lifetime bucket list type thing, and you're ruining it for
all
this
of these
scam.
People, all these scams just to get more money.
That's upsetting. First of all, you'd be getting paid a lot of money to be a guide and do this for people.
Do it well, and maybe you can continue making your money the good way that way.
I know, but this was a huge scam, right? It dealt with a bunch of different people.
Yeah, a bunch of different people. Honestly, there were 32 people that were charged. 11 people were arrested so far. They said 4,782 climbers were affected in between 2022 and 2025. So they were doing this frequently.
Wow.
Frequently. They had the people who were flying the helicopters involved. They had the people who were climbing up there involved. This was a business, y'all. It was so big.
It was. I'm glad they got caught. Yeah. Because apparently we're going into climbing season right now. It started on March 30th. What is climbing
season?
I guess.
What is climbing season?
It was the weather. It seems
it's always cold. There's cold and there's cold.
Yeah. There's cold and then there's death. So maybe they go when it's not death,
but just cold.
Just cold.
Because there's layers to this, apparently. Yes. I don't know, y'all. Thank you. Yeah, that's insane. So they're still going through and basically charging them, getting them to go, getting their court dates and everything. But this was wrong. They got caught, and that's insane.
Yeah. Again, if you guys are going up to Everest, good on you. Yeah. Not doing it. All right. So have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
Now that you mention it. No, they're always full grown.
They're always full grown. So do you mind going to my screen? This is what a baby pigeon looks like.
They're kind of ugly.
They are very ugly. They are very ugly. And for the people listening on our podcast, just Google what a baby pigeon looks like. They're kind of funny looking. But I asked this because it got me thinking, like, why haven't I seen a baby pigeon before?
That's such a good point, though.
Right. Because we lived in the Midwest for a little while. And at this time of year, all the geese and the ducks, they got their cute little yellow babies, their fluffy babies chasing
Cutest
after them.
thing ever, y'all.
Oh, so cute. But never like a cute little pigeon. And so apparently these birds are part of the altricial category of birds. And those birds get stuck in the house for 35 days. Their moms don't let them leave. They have to stay there.
Why?
I have no idea. She provides everything that they need. She brings them their food, makes sure they're protected, because after 35 days, they're basically full grown.
What?
Yeah. So all these pigeons we see flying around, some of them are actually teenagers, and it's really difficult to tell the difference.
I don't know what to do with this information.
I know. I went down a very nerdy rabbit hole.
This is insane. So you're holding me hostage, but it's for my own good.
It is for your own good, because then by the time that you fly out of this nest, you are full grown. Because, you know, we see the little birds that like fly out the nest, and some of them survive and some of them don't. And it's so sad.
It is.
But this is why there's so many damn pigeons everywhere, because they make sure they
figured
survive.
it out.
But one thing I also realized, I don't know if you knew, that they are traditionally bad at making nests. Do you see this nest?
Sorry.
We're looking at a picture of a sidewalk with a handful of grass on the side and the egg right next to the grass.
That'll do.
They are just not good at it.
Oh my God. So they adapted.
And if you see, these are all on concrete. They don't put them in trees. They put them on buildings.
Because I've never seen a pigeon out in the middle of the country.
No.
They're always
in the city,
always
right?
in the city.
And so they're on buildings and high ledges. They're under bridges, and they're in abandoned attics. And so like if you walk into like an old church that's been abandoned, you'll see Pella pigeons in there.
True.
Because that's where they live.
That is very true.
And I got to show you, like, really? With these nests?
He grabbed 4 sticks and said, that'll do.
He said, that's enough, okay? Just be here and be happy
Your
with this.
Your baby's on the floor. Like, you said that's enough?
That's enough.
That is not enough.
Grow and get here, okay?
And then let me hold you hostage for 35 days.
Yes, for 35 days. And you just have to stay here. Like, what even is this nest? When the baby is born, where do I go?
How do I know when the nest ends and the world starts? Like, at this point.
No clue.
That's insane.
Figure it out.
That's insane.
Thank you.
I honestly love useless facts like that.
I do too. So when I found it, I was like, I have to tell everybody.
Thank you. So watch, someone's going to ask me and I'm like, did you know?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that baby pigeons?
They don't leave the nest for 35 days, and their nest is basically 5 sticks.
Period. Literally perfection.
Yes.
Right. I have one more Reddit, and this one was a Reddit relationship advice. It said, I met my boyfriend's work wife for the first time, and I'm devastated.
Oh, I hate that phrase so much. Ugh.
She said, I have been with my boyfriend for 5 years now, and he's been at his current job for a few years. We will call him Jake. I've never met any of his coworkers until last night, but there's one in particular who we will call Amy. He sometimes does favors for her, fixing her car, going to her house to fix stuff around her house, etc. And I was never really concerned because he told me all of his coworkers were a lot older than him. However, one night while he was asleep, his guy friend kept blowing up his phone. So I answered to let him know that Jake was sleeping, and so was I. Anyways, before I put the phone down, I noticed 5 unread text messages from Amy. One of them said, great, Jake. Now everyone thinks we're sleeping together. Laughing emoji.
Laughing emoji.
This really concerned me. So the next day after Jake got home from work, I asked about it.
Oh, you didn't wake him up? Oh.
I would have, right. On site at 2 a.m. He said that both him and Amy were late for work that morning, so everyone probably assumed it. He told me it was just a joke. I thought it was a weirdly unprofessional joke and expressed my discomfort. He invited me to the bar with him and his coworkers that night so that I could meet her and see that there was nothing to worry about. It did not soothe my nerves at all. Turns out Amy is not a lot older than him. She's only 3 years older and super pretty.
Okay.
The entire night, she was all over him, touching him, leaning on him, putting her arms around him, and even kissing him on the cheek.
To what now?
And he acted like it was normal. They were constantly teasing each other in that middle schooler who doesn't know how to properly flirt kind of way. She told me all about how she loves him like a brother, and also that she told me that she had sex with half of the other coworkers. She said that she got out the next morning off because she sent a coworker nudes to get him to cover for her.
What?
Later on,
Ew.
she started crying and sobbing at the bar with actual tears.
Okay.
Because she's, quote, so lonely and wants someone to love her. And my boyfriend ended up having to comfort her.
I know exactly who this chick is.
I'm just unsure what to say or do. My boyfriend kept acting like this was normal, like he wasn't doing anything wrong by entertaining this behavior. I can't ask them to cut her off. They're on the same unit and they have to work together. I literally do not know what to do about this, but I'm just disgusted knowing that this has been going on all these years he's been working with her. How do I set boundaries while they're forced to be around each other all the time at work?
Well, you just set the damn boundary.
Ooh.
Because, I mean, the way I'm looking at it, I'm like, why are we just letting Jake run around and encourage this? That's the thing. He's encouraging this behavior.
Exactly.
And so she's hanging on him and kissing him on the cheek. I wish somebody would. Okay. Because no. Excuse you? But the fact that you're just allowing it is the problem. She's going to act how she acts. And I have no control over her, but you have control over you. And we're supposed to be doing this together. We're supposed to be in a partnership. And so if it's just like, oh, she's like a friend, I'm like, well, let me see one of your guy friends kiss you on the cheek and lean on your shoulder then.
Ooh,
if
that
that's
part,
the case.
that
It's
part.
like, I don't want you to try to act like this is normal because it's not.
It's not.
So just set a boundary.
Exactly.
And if he doesn't want to, then you know where you stand. There's so many people who want to try to force somebody to do something versus you doing something. If it's like, okay, this is what I would like. And if they don't do that and you're like, okay, well, this was why I would prefer if you do this. And they're just like, nah. And you're like, okay, cool. I know where I stand.
Then we're
I
good.
can move on.
We're good.
But you're just like, I'm just going to stay here and be sad and I'm going to force them to do. No.
It's like, no.
Mm-mm.
Why would you do that to yourself? You deserve better than that.
Mm-mm.
And Amy, girl.
Don't make me put the pick me status on you.
Come on now. Come on now.
But I don't like that. Like, be a girl's girl. You see that he has a girlfriend and you're in front of her and you just met her and now you're going overboard.
Yeah.
Like, even if you act like that at work and you're going to do that in front of...
Fake it in front of me. I don't want to see it.
Something. I don't like any of that.
Yeah.
That makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Ew.
My last one. Am I the asshole for telling my friend's bride he recycled my vows?
Ooh.
I was the best man at my friend's wedding last weekend. We go way back. Been buddies since high school and did all the stupid stuff together before adulthood. His wife seems like a lovely person as well, but we didn't know each other until much later on, so it really comes down to him and me. About a month before the wedding, we're at his bachelor party, buzzed off some beers, scarfing down wings, singing awful karaoke, and somehow he managed to ask me if I still had my wedding vows saved somewhere. I said, yeah, I probably do, and asked why. He said he knows what he feels for his fiancée, but has trouble putting it into words. So he wanted a little inspo from mine because he remembered them being so good. And okay, I understood and could appreciate that. Weddings are stressful. Plus, it was less than 4 weeks out at that point, so it was last minute and he was probably panicking. I pulled up my notes app, scrolled down, found my vows to my wife, and handed him my phone for him to look at them. I assumed he would use general concepts, which would be fine, and that was that. Fast forward to the wedding. Before the ceremony, I check in with him and ask, is everything all right, especially the vows? He says, yeah, man, don't worry about it.
You're kidding.
Turns out I actually had a lot to worry about. So then the big moment comes. He's standing there with everyone watching, and he starts reciting his vows. At first, I recognized that maybe some phrasing was similar, but shrugged it off. Then my whole lines, word for word, pretty much verbatim phrasing from my vows years ago, More and more they kept going. There was a pit in my stomach and I couldn't just ignore it. I didn't say anything aloud in the moment, as I would never interrupt mid-vow, but afterwards I pulled his wife aside quietly, fully prepared for however awkward it might be, and told her the truth, that he literally used parts, exact lines of my vows. I have no idea if he took a pic of them on his phone or what. She froze up. And I mean, I could see the hurt sink in on the poor girl's face. She's not leaving him or anything, but she is very, very pissed, to put it lightly. He claims he didn't realize he copied them. He must have been subconscious. Like reading them made them stick in his mind, and somehow that reflected in his vows.
Right. Yeah, because that makes sense.
And then he goes, I owed him loyalty first, not her, and I shouldn't have said anything, especially on that night. I found it a bit hypocritical to mention loyalty as someone who stood there marrying someone else, leading them to think those words were all original from his heart. So, am I the asshole?
Nope. No. I'm glad you told her, actually. She deserves to know. But are you kidding? Mother. That's insane. This is almost as bad as if you use like ChatGPT or whatever to write your vows. It's giving that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you can't put it into words? Even if you're the most illiterate person I've ever heard in my life, and you're like, I love you, babe. At least that came from your heart.
True. Very true.
But you're over here copying your friend's vows. That's insane.
Word for word is
and
crazy.
I know both of those weddings were recorded too, so how about you play it back, yeah? Play it back. I want to see them side by side.
Side by side. Listen, I think there's many assholes in this story. I think that the new husband is the asshole for stealing the vows.
For sure.
Because yes, you should have written something from your heart to your wife. She knows who you are. She knows you're not some, word scholar. So just say the words that you feel, right? Just start writing them down. But I also think the OP is kind of an asshole, because why would you tell the bride on her wedding day?
Yeah, he could have waited. Yeah, you're right. He could have waited. The messy part of me is like, say it.
Why would you do it that day?
You could have waited.
She has got on her white dress. She is partying. She's probably a little tipsy. And you just told her that her husband lied to her on the stage, in the church in front of everybody that she loves. Like, that you could have waited.
Point. That's a good point.
Or you could have talked to your friend.
True. True, but I feel like she deserves to know that her husband did not spend the time or care enough to write his own vows.
True.
This is the day you guys are joined together. You know what I mean? And your vows are very important. People really remember them, and you know what I mean? Like, they're important. So why didn't you take the time and put the effort into it? Even if you sat at a blank page and stared at your screen for hours trying to figure it out, that's still a lot of effort.
Yeah, and that shows effort.
You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%.
So no one's asking you to be all poetic and everything, but just try. And he just didn't.
He did not.
So,
I mean, it was subconscious when he read the good vows.
Oh my God. Okay. I didn't know.
I wish it worked that way.
Yeah, I didn't know you had that type of memory, bro. Just recite everything you've ever read then.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know.
I know. So it's like partial assholeness for me.
Right, partial.
Yeah.
That's a good one. All right, y'all. We're nearing the end of the episode. But before you go, head over to Patreon, because we're continuing the discussion with all of our pearls unclutched and all of
taking the shoes off.
Okay, and all the drama is being released. Okay, tea is being spilled. So head over to Patreon for the extended episode. Thank you for joining us today, though. We love y'all. See ya. Bye.